The church does not give freedom, but slavery. It has constricted the minds of people and monopolizing the human qualities. Someone is saying that for you to be loving, you have to be taught by the church, or you have to go to church for you to be a humble person. You have to go to church for you to be a human being, and for you to be a good person, or for you to be a human being. You have to be in a religious establishment, and you have to be trained by the church. That is for sure bullshit. A human being is by default loving, good, reasonable, compassionate. By default, you don't need to be taught that in a class, in a catechism class. You don't need to be taught that in a madrasa class. But other religions have usurped the human qualities. They have subdued them, and then they purport to administer them as a dose in a church. Come to church and receive new love. Come to church and receive become a human being. But remember, your nature is being loving. Your nature is being compassionate. You see, in Africa, when the Muzungu had not come here, when you do something, you are doing it for yourself, or you are doing it for the person. And if you did wrong, or someone got hurt by your actions, you used to go to them and talk to them, and they also have mediation. Nowadays, guilt has entered minds of people that when you do sex with someone, and then you go and pray to a God for forgiveness. Why are you asking for forgiveness too? And if there is something wrong that has happened in this sex, what is it? Did you do sex against someone's will? Did you do sleep sex by drugging someone? They never gave consent, you gave them drugs? Did you do sex, you hurt someone, and they at some point they told you to stop, and then continued, they got hurt? What wrong is it with the sex? But because your church has taught you that sex outside marriage is something called sin, so guilt is all over your head. And then the crazy part, you go and sit down in a room and talk to someone in the skies and ask them for forgiveness. First of all, there are three things which don't make sense here. But one that I want to highlight is that you do something to someone, but the person you feel you have wronged is not them, but some God somewhere. Human beings have been compromised a big time by Crosstianity. Crosstianity. If there was no Christianity in Africa, I can tell you, man would be thinking like a human being. Human beings would probably be human beings. Now they have stopped being human beings mostly. They are beings masquerading as humans. If you have to be loving, then you have to be a church person. If you have to be a good person, then you have to be taught by the church. It is like you are being taught the teaching that a human being is an error. A human being by nature is not a good thing. It is dangerous. It is harmful. It takes a church to instill love in a man. It takes a church to unleash caution into a man, to unleash sense into a man. Yani wewe, as a product of evolution, you have no common sense, you have no love, you have no compassion. All this complex, most admirable creation on earth is that incompetent, and that is what the church is teaching you, that you are incompetent, you are incomplete, and the church is the one that makes you complete. That is total bullshit. So, one time the church comes and tells you, being taught that the Bible is the guide of man, read the Bible and get good knowledge, oh, you will get to heaven. And so much concepts have been introduced to Africans. The concepts of heaven were not there. The shitty concepts of hell were not there. The concept of a God was not even there. The concept of monogamy was not even there. The concept of Adam and Eve was not there. And now the white man comes here and looks at the things you are doing, and they are the same as the things he's purporting to teach you. In fact, Africans, the things the Jews used to do, because the Bible is a Jewish biased textbook. The things Muzungu doesn't understand, even the things in the Bible, because Africans used to do them. Because there is so much correlation between what is in the Bible and the culture of what is in the Bible and the culture of Africans. So the question arises, are the people being discussed in the Bible, are they influenced by Africans? The so-called Jews in the Bible, are they Africans? Or are they influenced by Africans? Because there is so much correlation between the culture of the Jews and the culture of Africans. So we wonder, okay, the culture of the biblical Jews. So is it because that these people, when they come to be colonized in Africa, in Egypt, there is perhaps they got some of the sciences and practices from Africa? Because Egypt, we know it is a center of, they used to do metalwork, they used to do Ayurvedic science, medicine, philosophy, spirituality. When these people were there as slaves, and when Moses, the rebel Pharaoh, who was trying to liberate and consolidate the people of Israel from the Egypt and take them back to where they allegedly came from, Moses came with this knowledge, and there is a possibility that the cultures of the Jews were shaped a great way during that time they were in Africa, Egypt. Yeah, it is possible, because some of these cultures are African. Polygamy. Now, the white man brings stupid nonsense. He tells you, okay, don't marry 2 wives, or even 3, or even 4, only marry 1. And the reason is not because you cannot marry 2, not because you don't want, not because there is any danger, by just chauvinistic reasons. Don't marry 2, just marry 1. It is the Adam and Eve was 1 wife. It is a man cannot have 2 wives. Stupid. And Africans take that bullshit. I'm not saying you marry 2 wives or 3 or 4, but I'm just saying, why should the white man, the Catholic Church, or the nonsense, the CMS, tell you not to marry 2 wives? The reason they are giving. Why should they even tell you who to marry and not to marry how many wives? It is the wife theirs or yours. So why should someone tell you, okay, marry 1 wife or 2? Who is marrying? Is it the church or you? The church can give, or someone, not the church. The church is not the place we should even ask for advice from. There's someone can come and tell you, can advise. Based on this reason, based on a reason, a tangible reason, not some myths of Adam and Eve, stupid things. But according to this economic reason, health reason, land reason, political reason, how would you wish you marry 1 or 2 wives? I would wish you marry 1 wife because of this. How do you see it? But the church declares authoritatively, marry 1 wife, blah, 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 blah. And you Africans accept it. I think the church is a perfect tool of fixing you. And you deserve it. You deserve it. Wake up from sleep. You must wake up. Don't wait for someone to come and force you to wake up. You must wake up now. Wake up now.